Welcome to Inside Expect, and if last weekend in the English Premier League is anything to go by, we're in for a fantastic weekend. And Richie, the best looking fixture of all, of course, is on Saturday lunchtime when Manchester United take on Man City at Old Trafford.
Yeah, as you say, if it was like last weekend, record number of goals, we're in for another exciting weekend. So United top, City closed the gap third. They were beating West Brom 3-0. Obviously United lost a shock result, losing to Wolves at Molineux, and Arsenal had that shocking 4-0 up and then 4-4. Yeah. So they've closed the gap, only 1 point behind Arsenal now, 5 off United, and really looking forward to it. United are top of the home table, played 13, won 12, only drawn 1, and scored 37 goals in them 13 games and only conceded 8. And City are second in the away table. They've won 6 out of 13, drawn 4 and lost 3, and only conceded 12. Yeah. Mancini's got this very tight defence, and in fact they kept 12 clean sheets out of their games, out of their 26 matches. Kept out Arsenal, kept out United, kept out Chelsea, kept out Spurs, kept out Liverpool.
Man City are 5 points behind Man United,
yep.
So would you go along with my view that this is a game Man City will be desperately keen to avoid defeat?
Well,
I mean, the effect of Man United winning would be very difficult for Man City to stay in the race for the title.
Well, we saw at the Blue Camp earlier in the season, there was a 0-0 draw and City were very, very negative. Yeah. And even against Arsenal, they were again a 0-0. Yeah. Again, didn't offer anything at all.
No, and I remember we hyped up that first meeting tremendously, as did everybody else, Man U, Man City, and it was a bit of it was a damp squib, unfortunately. So
Mancini, he'd be skipping home, wouldn't he, if he got a 0-0 out of this one?
Yeah.
And the last four games United have played have been overs. 3 out of the 4 last City games have been overs. Yeah. But 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two have been unders. And in the league, and I can see the same again. 1.8 unders, 0-0, 9.5. I tell you what, it's not going to be far away there. We're one of the biggest prices on United, actually, 183. And I think you fancy him a little bit, didn't you? Or you fancy City?
No, I fancy City to get something out of this, but I wouldn't necessarily be lumping on Man City. But I think, as you say, Man City in the draw would be more attractive.
Yeah, so that'd be about 2.2, something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, but what about the scorers?
You've got Berbatov, he scored 19 in the league and he's 5.5. Tevez is 1 behind him on 18 and he's 7.0. Rooney, slow out the blocks. Yeah. He's only scored 3 goals, I think, in the league.
I know. Every time I look at that Rooney figure, the Berbatov figure that you've got in front of you, I always think back to our pre-season.
We tipped him. Was he 66 to 1 or 50
where we
to
said
1?
Berbatov for the Golden Boot. Yeah. I don't think either you or I actually had any money on him, unfortunately. But obviously, hindsight's a wonderful thing. So anyway, in this game, I mean, I really think this is going to be a cracking game. But what would you see as, say, 2 or 3 very good bets for the punters in this game?
Well, it's an interesting one. One of the specials, United minus 2 shots at 1.72. Yeah. So they've got to have 3 or more shots than Man City. Yeah. And I really can't see City offering anything. No. But I think they might be able to hold them off. So I'm going to go for the 0-0 at 9.5. Yeah. And I think that's an absolute shoe-in. All right, it's a short odds 1.72, but that's a gimme, I think.
It's horrible sitting there wanting a game to be 0-0, of course, but I can see where you're coming from on those odds. They look very attractive. Anyway, it's a game to savour and all to play for in that game. That's certainly the most significant game in the English Premier League. And then just to look at 2 other games, Richie, over the weekend, Serie A is really hotting up now and looks very, very good. I saw the Saturday evening game is Roma against Napoli. Napoli obviously desperate to try and keep up with Milan. And then on Sunday evening, another really good game, Juventus against Inter. And again, Inter would be absolutely desperate to get the points there to keep up with their Milanese rivals. Yeah. We've also got over the weekend the Six Nations rugby, which I know you and I love that. Ireland against France, and don't forget it's not that long now until the Cricket World Cup, which starts on the 19th of March. Anyway, there you are. Just one bet of the weekend, Richie. Your bet of the weekend.
One bet of the weekend. Unders in the Man United Man City game. 1.8.
Under 2.5 in the Man United Man City derby. and that's straight from Richard Sheridan, and he's in very good form. If you followed his tips in the international friendlies, you will be counting the money at the bank even as we speak. Anyway, good luck with all your bets, and from Richie and I, good luck, goodbye, and we'll see you very soon.
Best luck.